Well, this is an astounding headline to me. Look at this. 60% of households now receive more in transfer income. That's government grants. This is free money from the government. It's called transfer payments. That's why people have trouble finding it. Then they pay in taxes. So 60% of Americans are getting more money from the government and free money they don't have to pay back that is more than they're paying in taxes. So, I mean, that's astounding. 60%. I mean, that's something like, 76 million households or something. There's only like 130 million households in the country. So you got 60% of them that are getting more in grant money or free money from the government than they do in taxes. So, man, it's a good deal for them, right? They're getting more back in the system than they're putting in the system. And that's because the programs that are there, and it's thousands and thousands of different programs, that people, and look at the total amount of this stuff now. They estimate now this is over almost $3 trillion. This is almost half of our budget, that goes to grant money that, to individuals for all kinds of reasons. Any income, see, only about, I think about 12% of this money is set aside for certain low income, say, and about 80% has no income requirements at all. So it doesn't matter, how much you're making to get a lot of this money. So that's what's going on in this country, and people don't realize it. And it keeps growing every year. Look at this graph. This is from the Federal Reserve, and this shows you how much transfer payments is going out every year. You see that? That's a big takeoff thing that goes up no matter who's in town. There's little bumps and divots or whatever that go on. But in general, it goes out. It doesn't matter if there's a Republican in the White House or in the Congress or a Democrat or who the hell is there. It keeps growing, and that's why people, when you hear all this wind coming out of Washington, almost just ignore it. I mean, sure, you're going to vote and it'll make a difference in the long run, but you got to live in the short run. You need help today, and there's more help today than ever before. And that's why I want to help people learn about using it, because believe me, all the rich people use this stuff, and that's why everybody else should do too. But finding it is the problem, and that's what people are, have the problem with. Number one is that's transfer payments. So most of this money isn't even called grants. So you got to know, this is why we're the question mark search. You got to know what the hell to ask for. Okay. So everybody thinks that they could go on the internet, right? And find anything they want. That's true, but you try it. You won't. Now here's a place that's a live website that tells you how many websites are there. And there's 1.7 billion websites. Okay, so that's almost 2 billion websites. Okay, now what do you think most of those websites are about? Well, the internet's all about making money, right? So 99% of these websites are people who are trying to make money from you. Okay, now at least in America, what's going on? The people who give you money are two people. You have the government, and then you have nonprofit organizations. Okay, they're the two people that give out money. Okay, they're not taking money; they give money. Okay, they represent less than 1% of all those websites. Okay, so now you're fighting, almost 2 billion websites. It's a needle in a haystack, or a grant in the Google stack, as I call it, trying to find them. Because see, then you have the other problem is that everybody who's trying to make money on the internet, like if you have a problem, can't pay your bills, or want to start a business or buy a house or whatever. See, they're there because they have something to sell you to help you do that. That's what you're going to find. See, because the people who give you money, the government offices, the nonprofit organizations, they don't advertise. Okay? So they're not advertising on the internet. So you have to dig through the Google haystack to try to find them. But all you're going to get is what? People who want to get money from you. Now, why are you going to get mostly people or all people who want to get money from you instead of give money to you? Because number one, they represent 99% of the websites on the internet. So that's one thing. But what's even worse is that they pay Google and Facebook and all these other people to make sure that you see them instead of anybody else. And that means the government websites handing out the money or the nonprofit organizations that also hand out the money. You know? So they don't pay Google. Okay. So now if you're Google and you know the robots in Google are deciding what you're going to see, all this kind of stuff. Okay. So these robots, who are they going to show you? Okay. Are they going to show you the government office if you need money to do something? Or are they going to show you, Sam's, bank or whatever the hell it is, who's going to sell you money, right? Of course, they're going to show you Sam's bank because Sam's bank is giving Google money to make sure that you see them. The government's not giving Google any money. So they're on the internet, so you may run into them by accident. That's what you're up against. You're up against these big conglomerate people that are managing all these websites and the sources of data, and they're all motivated by giving somebody money. Somebody giving them money, okay? That's why they're in business. This is called capitalism, right? And bless their hearts, I mean, they do a good job and all, but you have to realize what you're up against. So you know how to fight it. You just don't go to Google and put in, I want a government grant. Well, first of all, you're gonna miss most of the money, right? I showed you that graph. That's not even called grants. Grants are a small part of it. So you're missing that. And then the people that give out the grant money don't advertise, and they're very few. They don't compare to the people who want to get your money. So you have 99% of the people want to get your money on the internet, and only 1% want to give you money. So, I mean, this is an uphill battle. Plus, the money that the people who get money from you give to Google to make sure you don't see anybody else but them. Okay. So that's what you're finding. You're up against all that. And see what people do, they'll go on for weeks, days, or whatever. And oh, shucks or shit, I was going to say, but I can't find it and they give up. Or see, to me, what's even worse, they think they only have to pay for everything because that's all they see. And they go back and they try it again tomorrow. And they still only see people who want money from them. And then they go back and try to get, and then the people, and they can't. So that's my option is just pay it $10,000 or whatever, or do nothing in life. And that's not true. It's going to take work, take effort. And that's what I've been doing, my whole life. I mean, I guess 30, 40 years now. I study about the free money programs, and now I think I have one of the best places in the world. My closed Facebook group is the only website that you could go to that only shows you people who give you money. So you go anywhere else on the website, on the internet, and you're going to run in only, well, I can't say only because, 1% or a lot less are people may give you money, because you have to fight out all the people that want to get your money. See, every website I tell you about are websites from nonprofit organizations or government offices that want to give you money, or even free services, all this stuff. You don't even know what to ask for. That's the problem. We don't even know what the government has. So how are we going to ask for it? And that's what I do. But I charge like $20 a month. So if you want to sign up, here's the website. It's free.lesko.com/LeskoHelp. But I understand money is important. And you may not even afford that or not worth it. So I set up something for free. So you just could start learning whether you give me money or not. You go to this website, free.lesko.com/LeskoMember. And this is a website that you could get a free report, absolutely free. All you put in your email address, and I send you immediately a free report that shows you 37, What do I know? Ways to use the government, but to pay for things in life. See, that way, at least you'll be armed with the kinds of things that you never even thought of to know. Like the government gives out free cars or free burials even, or a free roof on your house, or free vacations, or free training right at home. All these kinds of things that people don't know. Free help to pay for your debts and counseling or mentoring and all this stuff. Man, it's just incredible what's out there. When you saw the money, $3 trillion. You don't know what the hell $1 trillion is, but really the government represents like about 35% of everything in our economy is the government. So if you're not using that, believe me, every fat cat in this country uses the hell out of it. Why is Donald Trump a billionaire? Because he uses government programs for real estate. So why don't you? And you don't have to take a course from him. Actually, his course went out of business, or they closed him down. He was ripping people off, they say. And you don't. There's people in the government that teach you about those programs, and they're free. So why pay somebody internet $30,000 to learn about real estate investing? You take courses for free on this stuff. And talk to the horse's mouth that gives out the money. Don't trust somebody in the middle like me even. You go right to the horse's mouth. That's what I give you. I give you, on my website, I give you the sources that you talk to the expert. The only people who know for sure the people giving out the money. So I give you their contact information. You could call them. You could go down to their office and say, hey, how do I get this stuff? How could you help me? Don't ask us some person in the middle. They don't. I mean, we're guessing. Everybody's guessing. And you want to know for sure. The only way to know for sure is you go down and grab that bureaucrat by the lapels. How the hell can I need help. Can you help me? How can you help me? That's what we need. And that's what I'm going to do. And I figure about 20 more years to do this. So if I can't help you, or if it doesn't make sense for you to sign up, that's okay. This is the place to get that free report too. So it's free.lesko.com/Lesko member. 35 short little videos explaining for healthcare, for education, for housing, business, freelancing, all this stuff. So little short clips to tell you what to ask for in the government. You can't get anything unless you ask.